achieved.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Studio Day, Heffery Day Quarantine. Although I guess I don't need to quarantine at the moment. But welcome back. It is time to talk Cowboys, as we try to do every day. Leave in the comments what you want to talk about tomorrow. Make sure you're mashing the thumbs up button. Turn on your notifications at youtube.com/Jeff Cavanaugh. Thank you. Okay. Today I want to talk about the reasons that the Cowboys are 1-2, okay? Because I hear a lot of bad opinions, and I'm all about fixing the bad opinions and going with what's actually going on in the world, in the NFL, and especially with the Dallas Cowboys. So, you guys want to talk about what's wrong with the Cowboys? Why are they losing? You're welcome to leave your opinions in the comments, but I'm going to give you obviously the biggest reason. The biggest reason the Cowboys are 1-2 and they could be 0-3 is because they are -4 in turnover differential. They have turned the ball over 6 times. They have only made the other team turn the ball over twice, so they get 4 extra possessions, okay? That's the biggest reason they're losing. I'm going to give you some quick numbers here. Cowboys are at -4 turnover differential. The only teams that are worse than that are the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 0-2-1, and the Minnesota Vikings, who are 0-3. The only teams who are tied with the Cowboys when it comes to turnover differential are the New York Giants and the Houston Texans. They're both 0-3. So of the teams that are -4 or worse in turnover differential, congrats, Cowboys. You have the best record at 1-2. You're amazing. So that's easy math. Teams at the top of that chart who are winning turnover differential battle: Titans 3-0, Patriots 2-1, Seahawks 3-0, Ravens 2-1, Browns 2-1, Packers 3-0, Colts 2-1, 49ers 2-1. That's everybody that's +3 or better in the turnover differential in the NFL this year. So that's the biggest reason the Cowboys are losing. It's not Dak sucks or Zeke sucks or the defense sucks. Those are ancillary. Those are other things that you could try to get better to give yourself a better chance to win games. But the biggest one is right there. The biggest one is that you put the ball on the ground. You've only thrown 2 interceptions, and one of them I totally don't care about because it was an end-of-game throw it in the end zone, and I totally support that. So really, you've thrown 1 interception. You fumbled 4 times. So the biggest thing that the Cowboys need to do this week is not put the ball on the ground. Zeke, Schultz, Dak, all of you, don't put the ball on the ground. That's the biggest thing. I am a proponent of slanging this thing around. Hold on to the ball. You can't be putting the ball on the ground. You can't be fumbling. You can't be giving away free possessions. Now, I want to take you past that. That's number one. Now I want to take you past that. And we got a mailbag coming, include talking about Lyle Collins and this offensive line. All sorts of Cowboy nuggets coming for you. But before we get there, next, and this is a product of not forcing turnovers and bad special teams decisions and play, average starting field position. I'm big on this one. I've always been pretty big on this one. How far do you have to go on average to score points? You know, on a kickoff, you start at the 25 if you just let it be a touchback, right? So that's sweet. So basically, that's our baseline is the 25. If you force teams to punt, depending on where they are, I'd like to think that on average you'll start at the 25 or better, sometimes at midfield, right? So average starting field position should probably be somewhere around the 30, 35 for the best teams, up near the 40. Well, the Cowboys are third to last at average starting field position. Their average drive starts inside their own 23-yard line, third worst in the league. The only 2 teams worse than them at that, Jets and Vikings. Those teams, 0-3. So congrats. The teams that start in the worst field position on average, you're the best one at 1-2. So average starting field position. Can you force turnovers? Can you stop giving the ball away? Those are the most important things. Now we can talk about the things that lead to that. You know, how much pressure are you getting on the quarterback? Are you finishing the plays where you have an opportunity to make an interception? Are you holding onto the football? How good is your protection? Because that can affect whether you can hold onto the football or if you throw picks. So all those things go into it. But at the end of the day, as Steven would say, stop turning the ball over and make the other team turn the ball over. You'll have better starting field position, and suddenly you'll have a chance to score more points. You know, even their points per drive versus yards per drive is out of whack. The Cowboys are 8th in yards per drive, but they're like 14th in points per drive. Why? Because you got to go further than everybody else. And you don't want to have to do that. So there's those things. The only way that Dak is part of the problem in that regard is exactly what I said. If you're going to, let's see, so for him, it's 2 picks, 2 fumbles through 3 games. I'm going to throw out the 1 pick because it's end of game and he threw it in the end zone, and I say good job. So you're turning it over once a game as the quarterback in a non-desperation situation. You're turning it over once a game. That's not bad, but your defense is going to have to even that number up or your team is in trouble. So if your defense is not going to force any turnovers, then you are going to have to find a way to not turn it over as well. So that's where you are. Could you get better play from your quarterback? I think so, a little bit, but a big part of that is going to come from his protection. Dak, of course, you guys know my stance on this. Dak is not only not the problem, he's the best thing you have. Him and that wide receiver core, and supposed to be his protection, which that's something that we're just going to have to wait for. Hopefully Tyron Smith can play this week, and we shall see. Now, other things that go in to the Cowboys not winning, but not as much as the things that I've just talked about. No, this is not the other things. What this is reason for optimism. You guys ready for this? I got something for you to be cooking on. Ready for this? This that I'm about to show you is I'm going to slide on out the way here. I'm going to get down here in the corner. This is early down pass frequency in neutral situations. So when the game's not a blowout, how often are you throwing on early downs? Cowboys are up there towards the top. You'll notice Kansas City, Seattle, Green Bay, probably the 3 best teams in football right now, are at the very top. So teams know, what to do. And for the Cowboys, it holds true too. They have a higher success rate, obviously a better expected outcome when they throw the ball in early downs than when they run it. And for the first time in quite some time, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're like 7th, give or take, in early down pass frequency in the 2020 season. So I salute Kellen Moore for that. I think Kellen Moore is doing a lovely thing there. Congratulations, Kellen Moore. Keep doing that. You're a hero, okay? Now, what I want to go to. The absolute worst time to run the football. The worst time to run the football is on 2nd and long. So on 2nd and long, you want to pass because if it's 2nd and 10 or more and you run the ball and you get 4 yards, congrats. You set yourself up for 3rd and long, and that was stupid. So in those scenarios, who are the teams that are making the right decision the most often, which is to throw the ball? The Dallas Cowboys. Number 1, right in Seattle. You can see Kansas City's up there, New Orleans up there, whatever. But Kellen Moore is doing really well so far. He really is. You may have complaints about Kellen Moore. I really don't. I think you've seen plenty of creativity. You see plenty of moving around pre-snap. You see plenty of early down passing. They're making the right decisions. Their process is right. They just have to get better protection for their quarterback. You could get less drops would be nice. And Dak, don't try to throw a slant route after hitching 2 or 3 times to Amari Cooper and throw a pick. So, yes, everybody has a little piece of that in some way, shape, or form, but getting Tyron Smith back could be a really big help. My worry is that you're not going to get Lyle Collins back, but we will get into that. Now, let's move on to the Cowboys defense. This is what I want to show you on the Cowboys defense. Get on out of the way again. So, what this is, don't worry, I'm here to break down these fancy charts for you, even though I don't have it in front of me. Hold on, if I switch over to this other screen, I think I can see it in a bigger mode. There we go. Okay, so I'll tell you how to read this chart. On your vertical side, can I get over there? The side that's going up, that is your pass rush win rate. How far your team's logo is up is how good your team is at winning as a pass rusher. That means that you beat your blocker within 3 seconds. So the Cowboys, as you can see, only the Lions are worse than the Cowboys. They're 31st in the league at pass rush win rate. Most impressive teams here would probably be teams like the Chargers and the Panthers, who you can see their pass rush win rate is around 50%, and they're doing it without even blitzing, because this bottom one, how far you are this way, is how often your team blitzes. So the Cowboys have the 2nd worst pass rush win rate in the league, and they blitz the 20th most in the league. So your logo there needs to move either up or right. And to get it to move up, you probably need it to move right. The Cowboys got to do something to get a pass rush. And my thinking is that what they got to do is they're going to have to blitz more because obviously your front four aren't getting it done because you're second to last in the league, even though you're blitzing more than about 11 teams in the league. The Cowboys are going to have to blitz more often. They're going to have to find a way to get pressure on the quarterback because so far they have not done it. Okay, now we move on to my homies here who are up in the mailbag. Marad C. He says, great video as always, Jeff. Thank you. Your absence was felt, but it's good to know you're doing good enough to film a video. Mailbag. If Tyron comes back this week, who do you think will start at right tackle? And who do you think will start at right tackle? Whoo. Okay, well, the good news would be if you're only missing one offensive tackle, I think you've got two options that aren't awful. Brandon Knight's played okay. I don't want Terrence Steele out there, but Brandon Knight has played okay. So you could try Brandon Knight at right tackle, or you could go the route of having Zach Martin like he did to finish the Seattle game. Play right tackle. You play Joe Looney at right guard, and you play Tyler Biadasz at center. I think either one of those are okay. If Tyron's able to play and play anything like he normally does, that'll be a big boost to this team, and they'll go beat the Cleveland Browns. You need Tyron Smith to play, and then you go beat the Cleveland Browns, and we can start talking about this team building on something. Jacob says, Jeff, love your videos. 2 questions. With the unknown timeline of the injuries for LC and Tyron, what would you do with the O-line this week to deal with Myles Garrett and the rest of their D-line? Second, what can all the pass rushers not named Alden do to be more consistent on a per-play basis that'll allow them to get more sacks? For offensive line, Myles Garrett is a problem. I want Tyron Smith at left tackle. And, gosh, you might, just by saying Myles Garrett's name, might have convinced me to play Zach Martin at right tackle. Zach Martin's that good that it doesn't matter if he's played the position in the NFL or not. He was an elite left tackle in college. He's an elite right guard in the NFL. He'll be an elite right tackle if you ask him to line up out there. He can do anything. So play Zach Martin at right tackle. Have Brandon Knight as a backup who's waiting. Some people around the league and in the Cowboys organization would tell you Brandon Knight's actually a better guard than tackle, and he's played pretty well at tackle, especially in a pinch. So you could have him be a backup and let Zach Martin be the tackle. I think I'd probably take that. What can the pass rushers do? Well, for Tank Lawrence, he needs to get healthy. You know, if you want to kill him for not getting a bunch of pressure right now, that's fine, but you can also check his snap counts. He's also banged up. So I'll just wait on Tank Lawrence, and we'll kill him later if he continues to struggle. Justin, isn't Lyle going to have surgery on his hip? Well, I'll tell you what I think happened with Lyle Collins. I think he had something that was bugging him. It was the offseason. You had the COVID going on. You had the uncertainty about when the season was going to start, and so you didn't have a rush to get something done on it. I can just kind of see if it's going to heal, and then you get to camp and it's not healed. And, you know, I think that's what happened to Lyle Collins. I mean, Jerry mentioned surgery yesterday. Nobody else had brought up that idea, but Jerry went ahead and mentioned it. So, in my opinion, get ready to play 16 games without Lyle Collins. I don't want to, but you might want to get ready to, because that's kind of the way it sounded. Jerry said the later it goes, the less likely it is he's going to be able to play. So feel free to freak out about right tackle. I don't know if you're going to have Lyle Collins this year. Jay, issue lies in the fact the Cowboys still have to make a decision on Dak, pay him $38 million per year. I know they'll tag him after this season, but after that point, if they do sign him, he's 29 years old, 7 years in the league. Then you miss your window. Let him walk, and you're hoping to get lucky 3 times in a row. Romo, Dak, and who knows? Yeah, I don't want to do the Dak thing all the time. There's 2 places to be in the NFL, having a quarterback and not having a quarterback. The Cowboys have a quarterback, and he's really good. If you let him go, you're a dumbass. So sign him to whatever it takes to sign your quarterback and then try to build your team around him. Sure, it would be great if you could have him on a rookie deal again, but you can't. That's behind you. So now it's a matter of, do you want to be a team with a quarterback or a team whose only focus is finding a quarterback? I'd rather be with a quarterback. Let's see here. Tyler, hey, Jeff, good to see you back. Mailbag for you. Why have we not seen McGovern at left guard? I'm tired of seeing Connor Williams getting blown off the line. Thanks. I agree. Connor Williams is not a quality starting offensive lineman, and I think that tells us a lot about Connor McGovern, either how much he missed out on last year or what he looks like in practice. The idea that we haven't heard anything about Connor McGovern should probably tell us what we need to know about Connor McGovern. I liked his college tape, but we're now well over a year removed from that, and it's a matter of what our coach is seeing in practice. And we're seeing Biadasz into a game, and they talk about Biadasz more than they talk about McGovern when I ask Stephen Jones or whoever about the offensive line. So I think that tells us what we need to know, that they think it's clear which guy is better and that it's Connor Williams, and that sucks. Ben Brown, so are we just putting Tony Pollard in the players that will never pan out bucket? No. I feel like he needs to get 5 to 10 offensive touches each week. He's explosive, major big play potential, especially in a game when Zeke is struggling badly with 2 yards per carry and half a dozen drops. Why not give Pollard a chance? I don't know. You know, after your third or fourth drop of the game, I might put in a different running back. But look, Zeke is Zeke. He's one of the better running backs in football. He's well compensated. He's going to play a bunch. But Tony Pollard with the awful decisions on – I got a little bug in here. With the awful decisions on kick return, yeah, I might be like, hey, dude, you literally have one more chance. If we have a poor decision on a kick return, you're done. And I don't care who I put back there because I don't even need to return kicks. I just told you the Cowboys average starting field positions inside their own 25, and Tony Pollard's part of that reason. Running the ball out when you don't have a chance for a big return, fiddle farting around and starting on the 1-inch line. Family man question, is Randy Gregory currently training with the team or training staff or on his own for conditioning? And is it week 6 he becomes available? Thanks, mate. Love your work. Oh, he also said, hey, Jeff, hope you're smiling, mate, with an Australian flag. My understanding is Randy Gregory can work with your team trainers. He can't actually practice, but he can work with the team trainers. He becomes available after week 6. So he's the guy that I'm hoping can fix this team's pass rush because he can roll out of bed and rush the passer. So week 7, get ready. Randy Gregory hopefully can come help you. And by then, hopefully, Tank's healthy and giving you more of a pass rush. Everson Griffin has rounded into form and giving you a pass rush, but we'll see. Big Mike. Hey, Jeff, how well is Jamal Adams playing? With how well Jamal Adams is playing, did we miss out on a chance to grab him? Sure. You have a bad safety situation, but you didn't miss out because I would never give 2 first-round picks for a safety who's not a good cover guy. Jamal Adams is a great player, the best at his particular position in the league, but that's not worth 2 first-round picks and $15 million a year or whatever. It's not for me. Victor, I think if we can survive the first 6 weeks, we'll be fine. Everyone will be healthier. O-line back to full strength. Get our secondary back. Also, don't forget Randy Gregory. That pass rush might be really scary after week 6. It might be. I'd watch Tristan Hill. Tristan Hill's coming along. He hasn't been a great player, but he has been the one defensive tackle that's showing some juice on some plays in terms of getting into the backfield, flashing violent hands. Tristan Hill's giving you a little juice, so that's nice. Okay, that is it for what I want to do today. Get up in the comments with what you want to talk about tomorrow. Tell me your biggest reason the Cowboys aren't winning so far. And make sure you're subscribed, got the notifications turned on. Join the 21% Club. And I love you. Bye.